Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn rip command. In the last two classes we have studied pad command and shaft command. So the very next tool in the sketch based feature is rip command. So today we are going to learn how to create a rip command. So before starting to the rip command, I would like to tell you where we can use what type of component we need to create, then we use rip command. So what are the, see, if I want a structure like this, you can see this is a frame of a chair where one pipe has been taken and it has been bended along some directions. So you can see it is having some bending radius and one complete length was taken. The cross section of the pipe is same all over the profile, but it is bended in some desired profile. The same you can see like springs. In the springs also you can see the cross section of the wire is same, but it is being rolled on a circular object to create a spring. So whenever we need to create an object like this, whenever profile is having some circular movement, though the profile is circular, or profile can be rectangular, circular, any elongated profile, any profile it can be, but it is following some path while adding the material. Like in pad command we have studied that a sketch is there, along normal to that sketch we can add the material. And in the shaft command what we have seen, a sketch is there about some axis, we can make a revolve component with the help of shaft command. But in the rip command we need two sketches. One is profile, that profile is cross section of this spring, and then another one is guide. Guide is, that means I want a circular profile in a helix shape, or I want an elongated profile in this form. Suppose I want to do some harness job. In that case also we can use rip command. Whenever we have to show some wires, some cables, or some, if you are creating a duct flow, then also you will use ref command, because in ref command we use one cross section which is followed over some path. So I hope you understand what is the uses of ref command. So now we'll come to this part window and we'll see how we can create ref, and after that we will create one exercise as well. So now we need two sketch. So we'll create two sketch and we will make a rip command. So for that, come to the sketcher, position sketch, select any plane you want. I am using this plane and my profile is circular. Exit. So this is my profile for to use the rip command. Now I am using this YZ plane. Come to the position sketch and I am using some free body sketch. You can see this is how. Now exit. This is the profile and this is the guide. So now I will operate rip command. So come to the action bar. In essential you can see rip command. Now he is asking for profile. So this is my profile. Now it is asking for center curve. You can see this is how we can create a profile with the help of rip command. Clear? So whenever you need to create some profile along the path, then you can use this command. Like a very simple example I am going to use. I'll just create this. I've created this profile without giving any dimensions. I'm just taking arbitrary dimension and I want to create a shaft. You can see this is how I can create a profile. Now what I want, I just want I just want to take this axis and I want to create a handle of it. You can see. So this is what, this is my guide. Now I want to create a profile. Now my profile cannot be in these two default planes. So I want one plane on this, at this point, and want to create some circular or elongated, whatever the profile we need. So in that case, come to the reference plane. This is also a new command. Please look carefully. Come to the plane. In the last class, we have seen offset from plane. Now we will see normal to curve. Fine. Just from the drop menu, select normal to curve. Now select the curve. So this is my curve along which I want some plane. So this is my plane, but I want this plane at this particular position. So you can see it is asking for the point, at which point you want to create a plane. So I just created this point. Now you can see I received a plane. I got a plane. Now I'll select this plane, come to the position, sketch, and create a profile. In this I want an elongated profile. Fine. So what I'll do, I'll just create an elongated profile like this. You can see I'm not giving dimensions. I'm just showing you how the rip command can be operated. Now come to the rip command. So what is your profile? This is my profile. You can see. I'm just going to hide this plane so that you can see clearly. So zip command, this is my profile and this is my guide curve. You can see how simple it is, how easily we can create a profile. If I want this profile to be hollow from inside, in that case we will use thin command. You all know very well now. Okay. Now it is hollow from inside, but now we have to see whether it is hollow from inside or not. So for that, come to the clipping tool, select the plane in which you want to be sorry, I can show you from Sketcher as well. I'll show you with the help of Sketcher, that will be more easy for you. I'm just coming to the Sketcher window and select this plane, and now you see the cutting plane. Fine. Now you can see this is hollow, and if I want to make it solid, then what will happen? Just exit and select, double click on this, go for standard. Now this one is solid. Now come to the sketcher window, select this face and cutting plane. Now you can see this one is solid. So if you want a solid handle or a hollow handle, you know very well the use of thin command, as we have already used in our previous sessions. So I hope you understand. So this is how we can operate rip command. So this is a very easy command, but to create anything with this command is really a tedious job, because here you have to use so many techniques in sketch. There are no such difficult techniques in while creating this profile, but because it is very simple, no need to up to next, up to dimension, what, it is so easy. But now there are a lot of techniques used in the sketcher window to create a rip command and to make a profile according to our requirements. Suppose now I'll just want to create this profile. Fine. So if I want to create this profile, then again I'm going to use rip command. For that, what I'll do, you just remember the dimensions. I will take this line to be 100 mm, this line, each and every line to be 100 mm. But here you can see the sketch is on X, Y and Z. In all the three dimensions my sketch is there. So how to create these types of 3D sketches? To create any rip profile we will see here. So we are here learning two commands. One is rip command, which we have already seen, but how to implement in the profile with the sketch or in an exercise. And the next, how to create a 3D sketch. At till now we have created only 2D sketch, but today we will also see how to create a 3D sketch. Fine. So for 3D sketch, these are my options. This is point and this is line. So for very first point, I want to start from here. So click on point. So from here, this point is 0, 0. So I'll just click OK. Now come to the line command. I just want to start from this point, but I want point and direction. I know the direction and I know the point. So this is my point, and what is the direction? From here you can see I want to create one line in the downward direction. So I have taken this point as 0, 0 and I want to create a 100 mm long line in the downward direction. So I'll just right click in the direction and make it Z axis. Now it is going in the upward direction. Offset is of 100 mm. It is going in the upward direction. I will just make it reverse because I want to make it in the downward direction. So now you can see my line has been created 100 mm in the downward direction. Now again we will come to the line command. We will select this point as a starting point of my second line. Now what will be the direction? The direction will be X. So right click, X axis, 100 mm length, and the direction seems to be okay. So I'll just click on OK. Clear? Now I want this point to be the starting point for the third line. Direction would be Y axis and OK. Clear? No, I have created wrong. So I'll just say Control Z. I want to move it downward direction. So for third line, this is the point. Z direction 100 mm. OK. It is in the upward direction. So just double click and do the reversal of the line. Clear? This is how we can create a line. Now again come to the line command. This is my point. Now I want to move back. Okay, so I just want to give in X direction but reverse 100 mm. Fine. So the next point will be this. Now it will be the Y direction. Okay. So next point will be this. Now it will be on the X direction. Okay. Now this point. Now the direction is Z axis. Okay. Now this point. Direction will be X axis and reverse direction. Okay. So you can see how we can create profile so easily. Now next point, what will be the direction? I want to move upward, that means Z direction. So Z axis. Okay. So this is how we can create a profile. But when I'll come to the rip command and I need to select center curve, you can see it is selecting different entities. So for rep command, we need one single entity as a center curve. We cannot use center curve with different entities like first, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So total 9 entities are there to make one 3D profile. So we have to convert this into one single profile. So for that we need some more wireframe techniques. Fine. So for to use some wireframe techniques, we need to go to a different module, that is generative shape design or wireframe and surface design. So for that, click on 3D, search generative shape design. This is generative shape design. we are going to use some advanced wireframe techniques to make this complete profile as a single guide, not with the 9 guides. So come to the wireframe. Here in the circle option you can see corner. Fine. What I'll do, I'll just click this line and click this line and make a radius of 15 mm. Fine. Now I'll get a profile like this. But you can see there are 3 entities will get created. 1, 2 and 3. I don't want like this. What I want, I've just done Control Z. I want to create a line. I'll show from there. This and 15 mm. Fine. And now I don't want these 3 lines. I want that it should be connected and make one single line. So I'll show you from here. First line, second line, radius is 15 mm. Now what I'll do, I'll just click on trim element 1 and click on preview. You can see now this line has been completed as a single entity. The arc and the line has been connected and creating one single profile. Now I want to connect this line as well with this continuous line. So just click on trim element 2. What will happen? We will get trim of these 2 lines and it will get connected with the fillet element. So I want a profile like this. So please use trim element to make a profile like this. Now again we will go for this. You can see now when I'll come to the rip command, you can see it will select as a whole single entity. This line and this line. Okay. So already it was selected trim element, that is why it is not required to give again and again. You can see how easy, how simple it is to create a profile like this, to create a 3D sketch like this, and you can see now it is selecting the whole element. It has been connected and it is selecting one as a one element. So we need this only. Clear? Now this profile, and I just want to delete this fillet, and again corner, this and this. Fine. Now you can see we have got a chair profile. So simple it is. Now what we'll do, we'll come to the part design window again. Here you can see in the action bar the tools were of surface and volume because I went to the generative and shape design tool module. Now again we'll come back to the part module. So click here, part design. Yes. And now we will create a profile. See, my center curve is ready, but now I have to create a profile. So just click here, come to the sketcher window, and I'm just creating a profile, a rectangular profile here. Fine, I'll not create this profile, I'll just create a centered rectangle. I'm just creating here, and I just want this center and this center to be common. So what I'll do, I'll just select and coincidence, and we'll give some dimensions as well. So this is of 10 mm and another one is also of 10 mm because I want to make a square profile. So my profile is ready, my center curve is ready. Now I'll use rip command. So this is my profile, this is my center curve, preview, okay. You can see how simple it is to create a chair. And if I want to make it thin with 2 mm thickness, then also you can see a hollow tube is there, and we always use hollow tube to create any fabrication job. So this tool is also helpful whenever we want to create any fabricated profiles like this. Clear? And if I want to change the profile, cross section profile, so in that case I'll just deleting the rip command. What I'm doing, I'm just deleting this profile and making a circular profile. Click exit, just fine. Now I'll use rip command, click center curve. Now you can see there is a error. Self intersecting surface has a major radius value. Please do remember, whenever you are going to create a profile, the bend radius support should be allowable. That means whenever the circular is so large that bend cannot be formed physically in the material. Suppose if you are taking a 10 mm rod and you want to bend it, whenever you bend it, there is some bending radius will come. If the thickness of the profile is too high, then in that case physically you cannot bend that profile. Uh, and if you want to bend, then a bending radius will be a higher from the smaller. So in that case, please do remember, whenever you have errors like this, you have to make a dia a smaller size. Clear? Now you can see rip command. Clear? Now if I want to create profile with some dimension more. Now here you can see the profile is not possible because the bending radius is not possible. So if I want to create a profile, I want a 30 mm profile only, but with a and want to bend it in the same phase. So in that case, what we'll do, we will change the bending radius. The radius value which we have taken 15, we have to increase that value. In that case, you will get the profile whatever you want. So please make sure whenever you got stuck with the rip command, it is showing some torus error or error like not possible to create. In that case, either you reduce the radius of the circle or increase the radius of the fillet or the corners which you have created to justify the bending radius. Now as now we have, if we want to create a profile with more thickness, like I am just going to change this thickness to 25. Now you can see this is the bending radius. Now you can see on 25 it is bending, but it is, the bend is very small. You can see the bending radius inside the profile is. Now if I am going to increase the radius from 25 dia 25 to 30, the profile will not get created. So in that case, but my requirement is I have to create a profile with 30 dia. In that case, what we'll do, we will change the radius of this. Suppose what I'll do, I'll just delete and will not delete the sketch. Fine. And we'll see this picture. And I'm just going to change the radius of this. This is supposed to be 20. And I need to change from here also. Oh, sorry, that was the reason it was not getting created. Fine. 30. So I need to change this. I change this 30. What is this? So this is also 30. So what is this? This is also, I have to put 30. So that will be the radius of this 30. So just change all the radius values. Fine. Now you can see all the fillet values have been changed. Now I can create, this one is still not changed. 30 it is. Okay, you can see. So now all the fillets has been changed. This, all the corners have been changed. Now I'm going to use the zip command. So profile is this 30. Now you can see with the higher radius we can make the profile. So if you want to make a profile with the more width of the rod, in that case you have to increase the bending radius of this pipe. So your radius should be always higher from the cross section of the profile. Then only you will get a bend, a clear bend and a good bend. Otherwise your profile may fail. And if a profile is failing in the software, that means whenever you will create physically also, then also it will get failed. So please make sure this software tells you the actual conditions and the actual behaviors of the material. So please, whatever you are creating here, please make sure that if it is going to be created physically, then you please use the precautions which software take. Fine. So I hope rib command is clear to you all. And if you like my channel, then please do like and subscribe my channel for more updates.